Welcome to the second annual Hugo Quiz Show. I'm Lori.
I'm Amy.
I'm Haley.
And I'm Anne.
Woohoo!
All right. Should we just dive right into the quiz show?
I guess we should tell the people, in case this is your first time.
Oh, yeah.
Normally we're a podcast that reads and talks about Hugo winners and other things. But this time, we have a special guest. Hi, Anne.
Hi.
And it's her second time on the show.
That's right.
And our third Anne guest in 2 years.
That's true.
Who are we?
We only have Annes on this show.
We have two. That's right. One no E, one E.
So I don't read sci-fi, so I'm just telling you back my understanding of the book as listened to in the podcast.
I feel like this is a lot of work for you, so thank you.
I also feel like this is a kind of an annual review, like how good we're doing with our book descriptions.
Well, everything's not
Annual
from this
review.
past year. I didn't know that was...
Oh.
Shiza.
Hey, that's fine.
You can
Hey,
swear
you're
on
the
this.
Quizmaster here.
Yeah,
You're in
okay.
charge.
Wow.
Don't worry, we
Next-
swear a lot on
No,
the show.
you're in charge.
Okay.
It's fine.
So this first book is actually from a significant time in all of our lives. It's March 22nd, 2020.
Why? What was happening then?
I know what the book is.
I do too.
Oh,
No, actually, I'm not sure. Never mind. I don't know.
well, I think it's either Station 11 or the Calculating
Well, I was
Stars.
thinking Station 11 too. Well, let's hear what she has to say
Yeah,
before we
yeah,
guess.
yeah.
Well, well, maybe I'll just... anyways, you guys are very optimistic about the pandemic then.
Oh, bless. We're like, it'll be over in 2 weeks.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Except Amy said 2 weeks is optimistic. So, also, Amy read about elephants that broke into a winery.
That didn't happen, turns out.
Really?
Well, it did, but it wasn't what they were leading me to believe on the internet.
Oh.
I know.
The internet lied to you?
I know.
In 2020?
I know.
It doesn't do that anymore.
It didn't sound real, but...
Listen, everything I say is true at the time.
What was the story? They were going to drink the wine?
Yeah,
They
there
got
was a
drunk.
story going around that they broke into this winery and that they got drunk off whatever it was they were making in there. And then there was all these pictures of them lolling around looking drunk, but I think the two things weren't related.
Oh, I hope they were okay.
They're probably fine. They weren't like captive elephants.
Okay, so this book has a lot of interweaving plots, kind of Love Actually style. You guys have a discussion of what your hair would be like during a... Yeah,
I would be a grease ball.
That's a Station 11.
I think we all got to learn about that, really, in real life.
We did.
That's very true. It was a while between showers sometimes.
I used to shower every single day of my life, and I no longer do that.
I remember
It
that.
changed you.
I remember you
Changed.
being like, once upon a time,
Yeah.
because I don't like to take showers. I remember
I
once
hate
upon a time
showers.
you were like, I just don't look right if I don't take a shower. And then during the pandemic, you were like, well, it's been 84 years.
I didn't shower today, and I know that I look different because I didn't sleep well last night, but
Aw.
it's just not worth it.
My ADHD prevents me from getting in the shower, and then it prevents me from getting out of the shower.
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
Those memes, there was one that I saw during 2020, and it was like, I think it was about depression, and it was like the cartoon doesn't want to get in the shower, and then once the cartoon person is in the shower, the caption says, forward my mail.
Yep. Just sit on the tub and cry.
I do take a bath every night at 10 o'clock and watch TikToks, though, so.
Remember
People
in
soup.
2020 how I ate my Chinese takeout in the
yeah.
bathtub? And that was when I was like, I think this is a new
Nothing
this is a
matters.
new loaf.
Exactly.
I call them pandemic showers. I would put down a washcloth and just sit in the shower for like...
Yeah, man.
I was in the
Just let it wash over you.
we got delivery and I was sitting in the bathtub and Kevin was like, do you want me to just bring it to you? And I was like, can I eat noodles in the bathtub? And then I was like, oh, nothing matters. Let's eat noodles in the bathtub.
There's a whole subreddit called Shower Oranges where you just get messy in the shower and just do the orange and then just you're already there and you just wash it.
Everybody knows you hang over the sink, like especially when you're eating like one of them juicy peaches.
I feel like this is the kind of content we should not give away for free.
Hang over the sink when you eat a peach. Okay.
Our
Yeah.
Patreon,
That's
we'll
our-
talk about eating while bathing.
Only Hugo fans.
Only Hugo fans.
Ooh. All right. So the person who won the Hugo the year this book came out declined because there were a lot of sad puppies that year, which
Aw.
I don't know what that means.
Those are sad boys.
That was a contingent of so-called fans who thought that the awards were getting too woke.
Oh.
The funny thing about that is that awards are voted on by people, so it's a popular choice, But anyway, they conspired to influence what was on the ballot, like basically to make sure that no women or people of color were on the ballot. I can't remember who declined. Did Scalzi decline?
I don't think you actually said in the
Oh,
episode.
Sounds like a Scalzi kind of thing to do.
I don't know if it was him.
I mean, his most.
It was a man who thought it was too woke, I think.
Like they want.
Oh, a man declined it because he was like, I don't even
Yeah, a
want
man
this.
declined it
versus-
because he didn't want to win that year.
Oh.
And I can't remember who it was.
Because this book was not nominated for a Hugo Award.
It was one that wasn't nominated. Okay. Well, we haven't read any Scalzi, so.
That's true.
Well,
Okay, let's
we
get
must
some
have
more
read the
clues.
not winner.
Okay, so one thing that you...
What are you doing over there on your phone? This is not phone a friend.
I was looking up who declined.
This is the
mean the answer?
Sorry. No, we didn't. We didn't read the one that declined.
You're disqualified.
No, it's not. I'm not cheating. It's like being at bar trivia.
I'm looking up something very related. It's not cheating.
So one thing that you pointed out that I actually liked and that we found out a lot about in the years after this is how a pandemic affects people with disabilities. Because apparently
yeah.
one of the characters couldn't get in a wheelchair, couldn't go somewhere because they didn't have a wheelchair van.
This is definitely Station 11.
Well, that happened in Station 11, but it happened in something else.
Not hominids with their mutual card.
No. I remember that. Okay, any more clues?
Wait, Cytine?
No.
Nobody has a wheelchair in
I don't
Sight.
know. I don't remember any book we've read. So.
This is why this is funny.
So a character in here loses his glasses or breaks his glasses, and Lori and
It's a terror
Amy
of mine.
both chose their jobs that they would do if they did not have glasses. Lori, what do you think your job would be?
Oh, I remember I think I said I would just die. And I remember Amy saying she would be like a bureaucrat or something where she would.
You're the bureaucrat.
I'm the bureaucrat?
Amy cultivates plants.
I do? I kill every plant I try and
Interesting.
I guess
I mean-
you're bad at your job.
I couldn't do anything else besides cultivate a plant the way someone told me how to do it. That's the problem. I would be a worker bee, I think.
You're like, go put the fertilizer down.
I don't have any strategic vision, so
Side note, Amy doesn't like Shakespeare.
nope.
This is still Station 11.
Yeah,
is
it's
it
gotta
the,
be.
is it the
It's still-
show?
Because they
The,
did
the Station 11 show?
No.
Yeah, you're.
Oh, there we go.
No, we read the book.
Yeah.
The show wasn't out yet.
But we did 2 episodes, remember?
Yeah, we did
did
it.
the
We
show
did
also.
one about the show later.
Yeah.
Oh, this is the book.
Oh, we're still on the Station 11 clues.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh.
That's why I was like, I'm not looking up anything that matters.
I thought this was new. I was like, this sounds so much
I'll
like
let you
Station
know.
11.
I'll let you know when we're. So my understanding is it takes place not on Earth, but there's some people on Earth. Lori would go back to Earth if that was the option, and she was in the book.
Station 11 is on Earth.
Oh well, then.
I would go back to Earth from Earth.
You have said that if you had the option to go to space, you wouldn't go. I do remember you saying that.
I think that's probably true.
I don't know if you said that during.
One important takeaway is the purpose of men is to protect you from other men.
This
Yeah.
is,
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
especially in
Yep.
dystopia.
Yep.
So, skills that would be helpful in an apocalypse. Lori's are purely philosophical. Another cute thing is y'all are still calling it the coronavirus. And
I learned that from Cardi B.
Yeah, coronavirus.
Oh man, I forgot about that.
She
like
goes,
25
now
years
it's
ago.
on motherfucking tour. I think about that a lot.
so it closed out with Kevin and Lori have a discussion of how elephants drink things because y'all couldn't decide if they drink through their
It's
nose.
through their
Oh,
nose.
yeah.
And
I was right.
you said they drink through their mouth.
Like a straw.
But you also said you can't drink through your nose, which I Googled, and you can. And some people drink alcohol through their nose because it absorbs faster because it doesn't go through your liver and your stomach.
Oh, guys.
And you don't get alcohol breath.
Yeah, frat boys put alcohol on tampons and shove them up their butts.
It's called boofing.
That sounds like an urban legend.
But no homo.
Why not just drink it?
Well, because then you get the breath.
Oh, that's true.
You got to be able to drive
I
to
bet
the bar afterwards.
that those frat boys. I'm gonna pretend that this is true. That the people do that. I bet that those particular frat boys don't have good breath anyway.
That's true.
So they might as well just drink it. Kevin, you know something? You're not supposed to be looking things up on your phone.
Did Kevin just disprove what we
Kevin
thought?
just showed me an elephant fact, but I'm not going to consider it because
What's the
shouldn't
website?
be
Is it
looking at
veritable?
his phone.
Well, it's
Yeah,
the,
that looked
it's
like
the
that-
AI
That was
synthesis.
Gemini, Kevin. That's bullshit.
It's elephantlover.me.
Did elephants write this? They suck water part way up into their trunk and then use the trunk to spray water into their mouth. So we were all right.
Yeah.
It's like when you suck a drink up part of a straw to put your finger over the end of the
Why is
straw.
that so
and
fun?
then- I don't know.
Why is that so fun?
Why?
And you have to like crumple up your straw or your wrapper and like put water.
Oh, yeah. So it grows. I also still like to blow bubbles into the water drink.
I'm telling you, this still feels like content we need to be charging for.
Okay, we have a new book now. And this is your first time back together after Zoom.
Oh, like in
Aw.
person?
Yes.
Cute. I hated
Yes,
recording on Zoom.
which is May 5th, 21.
Day after my birthday.
Mm-hmm. And this is when I learned that the Pfizer vaccination is the sexy one.
That's right. I got Pfizer.
I remember Moderna. We need a strong middle class.
Yes, yes. I got Moderna. I actually. Did y'all drive to Alabama too? To get
Yeah, we
No.
did.
Well, I got it at the stadium.
I got my second one at the stadium.
Kevin and I went to Alabama, but I remember, Amy, when you went to the stadium and they had the announcer calling
They
out
announced your
people's
name. They were
names.
like, Amy, Sally.
And then I remember you were like, this is so funny for like half an hour. And then you were like,
Shut up.
I'd like to lay down and die if I have to hear this again.
So in Georgia or in Alabama, attorneys could get the vaccination before everybody else. So a lot of attorneys in Georgia drove to Alabama.
I was also allowed to get it because I'm medically fat.
I remember looking that up too. I qualified as obese and I almost went to Alabama.
I was like, fine. Thank you. I'll take the shot.
Wow.
I know. BMI is bullshit.
BMI is junk science. But if it gets you a vaccine, go get the
Go for it.
vaccine.
Yeah.
Go get it. Yeah.
Yeah. I lied about having active cancer to get my second one.
Nice. Listen, it was every man for himself.
It was true at one point.
I had cancer.
Yeah, you did. I think that's fine. I just want people to know that you weren't just like you
stolen valor. Stolen cancer
It wasn't
valor.
a complete lie.
They were going to waste.
That's true. When we got ours in Alabama, they were like, tell your friends we have 1 million vaccines and no one is coming to get them.
Yeah, don't feel bad.
So it was you were doing a good thing.
So this first clue, I would say I would think it would give it away, but I feel like I listened to a couple books with this same thing.
Also, we're not very bright, so never assume.
It seems like the main character has an implant with either everyone else's memories or their own.
I know what it is,
somebody
I
else.
think.
I have no idea.
Is it a memory called Empire?
Okay.
Ding, ding, ding.
Yes.
Let her get there too.
Sorry, I'm a winner. Amy.
Oh, one thing was that every citizen has a random number and an object for a name.
That was so fun.
Oh yeah, we came up with our
I got them here.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Does anybody want to guess what their names are?
I think I was for Azalea.
No.
No. Oh,
Azalea was actually one of the characters in the book.
oh, maybe that's why.
I have no idea.
I remember that Haley said that Ella was like 10 bike or something.
10 speed.
10 speed.
And Teddy was like no neck.
No.
So, Haley, you do not know what you are?
One whale? I don't know.
what?
Okay,
What?
so first off, important thing, Haley's favorite number is 4.
Yeah.
Who has a favorite number?
I have a favorite number.
number.
Oh,
It's also my lucky number.
Yeah, mine's 42.
okay.
Though Amy's is more sci-fi than mine.
All right, well, Haley, you are 4 nettle.
Oh, I like nettle.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
cool.
Were you drinking nettle tea at the
I
time
was
or
really
something?
into growing nettle at the time during the
yeah.
pandemic.
To
which I made tea from.
Amy, do you know what your name is?
No, I couldn't even begin to guess.
You're 4 magnolia.
Oh.
Because Savannah has
Oh,
a lot
yeah.
of...
That's right. When you said azalea, I was like, I feel like a flower did factor into this.
Oh, I wanna-
4 azalea. Oh, 4 because that's my birthday.
Yeah.
Yes.
I want to change mine to Fort Pulaski. Another Savannah landmark.
Lori,
No idea.
Well, you used a random number and word generator, and you got 8 contribution.
That is so sanctimonious. It's perfect for me.
You did 2 for Kevin. He got 29 negotiation and 5 girlfriend.
Oh, this was a generator?
Yeah,
Yes.
remember you can Google random number and random noun.
yeah.
I want to do yours. Can we do
I
a
did
random?
mine, but you did.
No, what did you get?
I got 8 monster.
It's Lady Gaga related. I like it.
I love that.
Yes. So
I remember when we lived together that you were one time saying like you were by yourself. You're like, I don't get scared of like burglars or murderers, but I get scared of monsters.
it's real. Like just like nondescript. Like I don't know what they look like. They just.
Also, while we're talking about bygone days, I don't remember why I thought of this the other day, but I told Kevin about the time that we were at Pride and we just went to someone's house that you knew and stole a bunch of their beer.
It was somebody you knew from law school.
No, it was somebody you knew from law school.
No.
What? I thought it was somebody you knew.
Well,
so we
A
went.
stranger's house.
We went. I feel sure it was somebody you knew. Why? I would steal beer from somebody I knew. So I don't steal things anymore, but I used to would.
yeah.
I used to would go to a party, load up my purse with somebody's beer, and leave.
This is why I don't like young people.
I know. And I was telling Kevin about it, and I remember I was like, Anne, put beers in my purse, and someone started talking to us, and I was like, I'll distract them. And you were like right next to me, piling beers from a cooler in my purse with this look on your face, like, I don't think that they don't see me.
That makes me think of like in college. Did you ever go to parties or have parties where you put like a jar out for people to contribute to the keg? Do you guys remember people doing this?
Yeah.
I went to a school where they just charged you at the door.
Oh, well, we put a jar out usually at my house when we threw a party, and someone stole it one time.
Oh, it was not
I was
me.
like, they must need it.
I have only ever stolen beers, but I really think that was someone you knew.
The person you were distracting, or the person who threw the party?
The person whose house we were at.
Wait,
Well, we'll never know.
Because I have no idea who it was. And the other day I was like, Kevin, what if that's it's got to be some lawyer that I could encounter at some point in time. But then I was like, well, we were dressed up for Pride, so we were basically in disguises.
Yeah.
We had wigs.
They probably didn't know. They just assumed someone drank it.
No, I was talking to someone while Anne was filling my purse from their cooler right next to me. I was like, I'm creating a
Subtle.
diversion.
probably not more than a 6-pack worth, though. Probably not noticeable.
I don't. It was just an insane thing.
I definitely took a bottle of wine. I took a bottle of champagne from my friend's bar at her wedding. Sorry, Anna.
She already paid for it.
I think.
She probably already paid for it. If there was a whole bottle available.
Well, they paid for what you got.
What?
No,
Someone paid for what you got.
No, I mean, I'm saying I don't think that you stole it. Like, they bought it for people to drink, so you just...
you just drank more than
Yeah, you just took it to go.
Well, how is that different than what you did?
I don't feel like I would mind if people stole alcohol from my wedding.
Yeah, I feel like... Because then the alternative is, like, it just gets thrown away.
Again,
No,
how is
that-
this different from what you
As a
did?
person who worked weddings for
She
a
wasn't
very
invited,
long
I
time.
think. You were invited and thus privy to the booze.
Also, like, it was going to probably go to waste if you didn't take it. If I didn't take that person's alcohol, someone else would have, at the party, would have enjoyed it. Or they would have kept it for their next party. I feel like at the end of a wedding
moving.
reception.
Let's move on.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, so in this book, someone kills somebody for the first time and feels really bad about it. It gets taken to get ice cream as a consolation.
Oh man, I forgot
That happens
about
in a memory called Empire?
Yeah.
They go get ice cream after killing.
Yeah, they go to that. They go to that like bar, and that's when the like bomb happens.
Oh, I need to reread this.
Remember Arcady Martin at the Hugos that year?
Yes,
Yes, like
space
space
president.
Beautiful. Oh my gosh.
So cool. And she won that year. Oh, it was so good.
Haley is annoyed that her coworker called zucchini a fruit.
It's not a fruit.
We are such assholes.
You saute it and eat it with onions. It's not a fruit.
What does define a fruit?
It's got seeds.
Seeds on the outside?
Inside.
Well, how's that not a zucchini?
I mean, a zucchini is a fruit.
It's one of
but
those
it
things
just
that was
doesn't-
like in common parlance.
And like a tomato.
Yeah, no,
is
we all agree
technically
zucchini is a
fruit.
vegetable.
I also will
Usually.
always die on the hill that a hamburger is not a sandwich.
So a squash is a fruit?
Yeah, I guess.
Huh.
Tomato, a cucumber,
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Strawberry's not a fruit.
and a banana is a berry.
See, all this means nothing.
That's right. Yeah. I think that it's better to categorize plant foods by vibes.
Unless you're a scientist, in which case, do what you want. But
Yeah, and
I agree.
There's terms
Vibes.
of art, but like I
does
don't
it go
ever
in a
eat-
salad?
I don't
Probably a
ever put
vegetable.
sugar on my zucchini.
Fair.
But you
But
can
there's
shred it up
zucchini
and put it in
But
bread.
I put salt on watermelon, which is delicious.
Yeah,
Adam does that.
It's very good. This Lori notwithstanding.
I put
I'm with you.
peanuts in a bottle of glass Coke.
Yeah, hell yeah. It's so good. Makes it all salty.
My grandpa's over here from Savannah.
So apparently there's a lot of poetry and politics in this book.
Yes.
and
Oh
we
my God.
Lament that there's not a lot of poetry in politics these days. Although Amy likes Obama a lot.
Likes what?
Yeah.
Obama?
Yeah.
Obama.
I would have been really into Obama being the dictator
Yeah.
if we had to choose.
Yeah,
Okay.
he has good taste in music.
He does.
So
He's got that cool wife.
I found kindred here because Amy and Lori don't like poetry. They have at times liked a poem.
Yeah, I have nothing against it.
I bought a poetry book like the other day.
Did you like it?
I wonder if COVID changed me
I
too.
just published a poem on my blog.
Oh.
It wasn't in time for the Seattle WorldCon one, unfortunately.
You doing a blog again?
Well, it's like my website where I have my portfolio and stuff. But
Without them?
Remember blogs?
I don't know. But it's called Four Ways of Looking at a Spaceship, and it spans 1,000 years.
Oh, I love that. Okay.
And
Wow.
it's got some,
Drop that URL in the notes.
and it's got some terror bits.
It's
Terror,
got
terror
everything.
vibes. It's giving
This
terror.
poem has everything.
It's terror coded.
So it seems like people have a lot of free time in this book to think about what makes them angry.
Oh.
Yeah. I think they have because they have a good society. They can be like, man, this sucks. Kind of like us now.
Look at all your notes, man.
I know. I think I have too many.
She's working hard.
Before we read A Desolation Called Peace, I have to reread A Memory Called Empire. Right?
Listen, Anne, I love an overprepared queen.
Well, we'll see. Oh, one thing we talk about is that there's like space TSA, and you get a pat down instead of a scan, and that seems like not very forward thinking. Like, don't you think by now that that's what you guys?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah,
Yeah.
What are they looking for? Knives? These people have like space guns
yeah.
and
Maybe
poetry.
a scan doesn't do any good. You can evade scans, but you can't evade someone's little
Yeah.
paw.
Was there a like prejudice against people who had the memories in their head? I can't remember because
I didn't-
because they
I
would
think
do
it was everybody.
scans to look for that, but I don't remember.
think so there was a prejudice against her because she was not Texacolan.
And she lived on that weird
Small
little
planet.
space station.
Yeah, she was considered a barbarian, but not because she had the chip. It was just
She was
because
an immigrant.
Yeah, that's right.
Do y'all remember ever being in the airport and they would tell you to hold out your hands and then they would swab it for
That's happened to me
They still do
recently.
that.
in case you held a bomb?
Yeah, that happened to me. That happened to me when I was leaving Sweden recently.
I love it. It kind of tickles. It's like ASMR.
I have never had that, and that it sounds sort of medieval.
It's
Like,
happened several times.
It's
to me.
very
Yeah.
weird. They're
I
like,
guess I look balmy.
it's like a makeup brush, and they're like, "Boop."
I'm a wizard, and I can tell if you have held a bomb.
Also, it's not against the rules to have touched a bomb.
yeah, I'm not
So,
bringing the
like,
bomb with me.
What if it? What if it?
I guess
Yeah,
if they
what if I
they
just
know you
Gave
touched a
my-
bomb,
I just
recently,
hugged my bomb goodbye before I left for the airport.
It's just probable cause. I don't know.
I recently got TSA pre-check, and now I don't take my shoes off, and it's like the big.
I love pre-check. Pre-check's the best. Global entry's better. I'm going for that next time.
Oh my gosh.
My friend has so when you go to jails and prisons a lot of the time you have to get a scan, like basically like the TSA scan. And my friend that used to work with me has nipple rings.
Oh.
And so it like causes a pause like every time.
My mom's gotten me. Well, she didn't get me to watch it, but I've been watching with her. She's really enjoying watching that show that they catch people with cocaine at like the Colombian airport and
yeah.
like detain them.
all kinds of places.
Very entertaining.
One time my bra set off the metal detector at the juvenile court in Clayton County, and the deputy at the scanner was like 18 years old, which, side note, 18-year-olds should not have that job. But anyway, he was so fucking embarrassed. He was, because they wanted me, and I was like, well, I wonder what it could be. I didn't realize. And then he was like, well, ma'am, sometimes the underwire in a brassiere, and he like did his hands like in a boob cup shape to himself. He's like, sometimes a brassiere can set it off. And I was like, oh, we're both very embarrassed right now.
I set it off all the time and they're always just like, okay. Like
That happened to me when I used to work in a courthouse. I would walk in and something would go off, and they're like, "We know you. Come on in." I'd be like, "That is not how that should work."
Yeah, it is usually someone you know who does the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. In law school, I kept in my front pocket of my lunch book bag my eating fork for lunch because I would eat at the law school a lot.
You're eating fork.
And I would clean it off and put it back, and it just lived there. And I was starting an externship with a judge, and they'd be like, "We got to take this fork." I'm like, "No, that's my lunch fork."
They took my fork in Fulton County one time, and I went back to get it. And then they were like, "Is there something special about this fork?" And I was like, "Well, in the sense that I have 11 more at home like it, both yes and no. It matches my other one, so I'd like it back." I never got it.
Ladies,
I
it's
didn't
giving environmentalism. I love it.
And I was like living off loans in law school. I was like, that's my one of 5
That's
forks.
my one fork.
Let's see. So apparently this is the authoritarian culture, but if they're bad at authoritarian,
Oh no.
authoritarian, it's a murder mystery. I find out in the end, which Haley does not care for because she doesn't like mysteries.
That's right. I remember you saying that. You don't like mysteries.
I still don't.
This is still a memory called
The
Empire,
terror
right?
is kind of a mystery.
I don't care what
This
the end of it is, though.
we're
I just like the vibes.
I'm almost done. Well, I'm not, but Haley, was your cat okay?
Oh, this was 2021?
No.
No.
No, she wasn't.
Oh,
But she was okay for a little while.
Yeah, she had surgery. She lived another 6 months, so yeah.
oh, okay. Sorry about that.
That's okay.
I should have checked first.
No, it's fine. It was 5 years ago.
R.I.P. Wilma.
I couldn't figure out is that somebody is having the emperor is twice as old as his or her lover, but is it a gay triangle?
Yeah.
Don't remember.
It is a pretty queer book, so.
The emperor was really old.
He was
I
like
thought the
twice
emperor
as
was
old
really
as-
young.
There's
Okay.
he's like
there's
an
a
80.
baby emperor too, and then remember the emperor. This is going to be a spoiler for Memory Called Empire. Remember the. Actually, I'm just going to pantomime the emperor publicly.
Oh.
And there's a clone of the emperor
It's like,
who's
it's
a
like
little
Jupiter
kid.
Ascending, right?
Yes.
Kind of like the same body. Yeah.
Woof.
You did that spoiler on the episode. So.
But not everybody
Yeah,
listens
but
to every episode.
they might not listen to it if they haven't read it.
Okay, so
Although if you're a real fan, you do.
so this is okay. This is when I don't know if it's this one that was the one where I learned that you know all about Days of Our Lives.
Oh,
That's why she's the soap stuff girl.
That might be the origin of soap stuff.
Yeah.
Because we added that.
not too long after that, yeah.
So much about Days of Our Lives
because I watched it with my grandmother, like in the 90s when I lived with my grandparents, and my grandmother would watch it, and I would watch it with her, or I would just like be in the room and you just absorb it.
Yeah.
And then, and when I was a little bit older, like during summer, I would just watch it, and like I could probably start watching it right now and just be able to pick it right back up.
and then Passions
and
in
then
college, but I
you
can't
got me
remember
into
any.
Passions.
I can't remember anything that happens.
You can't remember.
Well, Lori has a memory
I talk
called
about-
Empire.
I talk about Passions sometimes too, because Passions was like unabashedly genre. It had a witch,
Oh yeah, I do.
Tabitha,
And Timmy.
the yes, and Timmy, her familiar.
I saw an ad
Tabitha's
for
like
a
the
new
most
soap
basic
opera that's
witch.
coming
I saw
out.
that one. Is
Yeah.
that an African American?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I didn't know they still came out with new soap operas. That was very exciting.
Funny thing is, like, so much prestige TV is just a soap opera. Like, I
Yeah.
haven't seen Succession, but that sounds like a soap opera. Kevin started rewatching Twin Peaks last night, and I like walked through the room and I looked at it and I was like, "Damn, that is a soap opera."
yeah.
And it's like Passions with like it's not sci-fi or fantasy, and then for half of one episode it is.
I think shows like ER, are, things like that are
Absolutely.
technically soap operas.
That is absolutely
really.
a soap opera.
If there is an overarching
Anatomy.
Yes.
personal story theme in your TV show, even if you have some like medical dramas, I think it's a soap
And
opera.
eventually, every show, if it lasts long enough, jumps the shark and gets weird.
Yes, ER got very weird at the end.
I wish they would put all of Days of Our Lives on streaming so I could watch from the beginning.
There should be a streaming soap opera channel.
I think if you watched it from the beginning, it might have to be radio.
Oh, that's true. Well, like from like at a certain point, like,
Yeah.
is it always the same characters? Do new actors come
I
and
feel
go?
like Guiding Light, Days of Our Lives, they all started a long
Well,
time ago.
soap opera comes from the soap commercials that sponsored them because
oh,
women
shut
watch them.
up. Look at you with the factoid. I love it.
So incidentally, I learned the origin of Jump the Shark, I believe, from you, Haley,
Happy
in
Days.
one of these.
Yeah.
So
And I called him Henry Winkler. or
It's from
something.
Happy
I
Days.
picked
Yeah.
the wrong guy.
The Fonz literally jumps the shark while water skiing.
Who's the?
That is Henry Winkler.
Who did I think it was? I said Danny Zuko.
A fictional man. Hey.
So, anyways, this Days of Our Lives is Princess Gina has a chip in her brain
Yep.
and Hope Brady is in her
That's
body.
exactly
Is
right.
that right?
No,
You got that
no,
plot.
but it's a little bit backwards because it's Hope Brady's body, and then Stefano DiMera uses the chip to make her be Princess Gina because he loved Princess Gina, and also I think she helped him steal art.
Haley said a lot of people think Americans are dumb because we smile all the time, which I did
That's what
not
Europeans
know.
think about us. Like, why are these people smiling like idiots? That's right.
We're just friendly.
Walk around all grumpy looking.
They
No.
do. They don't smile at each other. When I went to Sweden, I tried to smile at everybody like you do here, and they were just like, "What? I don't know you."
She ain't right.
Okay, so this one.
We're on a new book.
Yep,
Okay.
new book. So it was a while since I listened to this one. My notes are not really.
You can skip this one. Go to the next one.
Yeah, we'll start on a different one. We'll come back if there's time. Although there is polygamy.
Ooh.
Name me a book where there isn't.
Is it written by a woman in the
Yeah, no
70s?
kidding. Yeah, if they're related, there's got to be polygamy, and they've got to be related.
That's right.
Okay.
Matt
This
play.
might be the one where I learned that Hugo Awards are just a popularity contest. This book is very Canadian.
Oh.
Oh, hominids.
Yep.
Yeah.
You got it.
I do not remember that was Canadian.
What do I win?
Lori, you said you can't get Tim Hortons here. I looked it up. There are two in Atlanta.
You can't get what?
I think that's.
Oh,
I think
there are
that's
now.
since the podcast. That
There
is
are
since
now.
the podcast. Yep.
I feel like
There's two in Atlanta.
yeah.
Timmy's in
I
Atlanta.
remember
there's
one of them
one-
opening up, but I don't remember the other one.
There's one at like 10th. Is it at the
Oh, yeah,
street
like the gas
exit?
station.
Yeah, and there's like a nightclub there too. I saw it in a
Yeah.
video on ATL Scoop, and I
Yeah.
was like, "What's happening?"
Ted Hortons.
Tim Hortons. You go to Timmy's, not Teddy's.
Yeah.
Okay, so there was a discussion of what an Atlanta Hugo Award would look like. Amy says a chicken wing.
Oh, if
I bet Haley said it was a chicken
that's
wing.
probably true.
Oh, important. I wrote down. Haley said traffic. Amy said Atlanta has no icons. So important question here. Lori, did you ever get the autographed book plates from the author?
Yes, I did.
Yes, we did.
Yes, I did.
It was very sweet. Also, we do have an icon. I can't believe I forgot about what is it? The
The big chicken.
the Olympics icon.
Oh, Izzy.
Yeah.
Or
for short.
Or Willie B. the gorilla.
Oh, Willie. Forgot about Willie. R.E.P.
Speaking of getting the book plates from the author, Amy, remember when you played sci-fi trivia against Robert J. Sawyer at Dragon Con?
Yes, and I did.
And then you sassed the fuck out of him?
I did so. Well, he was shouting answers from the audience.
Oh,
like,
that's
dude, calm
right.
down.
The thing
Calm
that
down.
you sassed him about was you and him
Oh, he said
were
I didn't
up there,
look like-
and then someone else came up in like a fan and like dressed nicely, and he was like, "Finally, we got someone up here in nice clothes," and Amy was like, "Excuse you, sir."
Dragon Con during the day is casual.
We had a great time. And I did not win at all. I did terrible.
You won because you sassed Robert J. Sawyer into a microphone.
Everyone is a Neanderthal who is a Palm Pilot? Who has a Palm Pilot?
Yep.
Yep.
That's right. They do.
Okay. Implanted in their
Not
wrist.
branded, obviously.
There's almost no violent crime.
Yep.
Amy says it stops short of making an idyllic world because of the weird justice system, the companions, and the ethnic cleansing, which I believe was not ethnic cleansing, but that is what you said.
What was the cleansing?
So if you're
Oh, your whole family gets killed.
Oh, eugenics. It's eugenics.
eugenics, yeah.
Is that not the same thing?
No.
No, if you're
I guess they eugenicize for other reasons besides
it doesn't matter what
ethnicity.
your
Yeah, okay,
ethnicity
okay,
is.
gotcha,
and
gotcha.
they don't kill the entire ethnicity.
Got it.
if
Yes, okay.
if you commit a crime, anybody with 50% of your DNA also gets killed.
Honestly, is that so bad? I'm just kidding.
It seems like we did a good job explaining this one.
Actually, I have a cousin that committed a lot of crimes, so maybe
Yeah.
maybe I'm not into that.
What do you
about that?
50% of your cousin's DNA?
That's
How much do I have? A quarter?
A quarter.
Yeah.
Okay,
You're
cool.
safe.
Maybe
Cool.
not even that, but you have a quarter of your grandparents' DNA. So
But I
you're-
like my uncle, so I wouldn't like him to be
Yeah.
taken out. It's my cousin's father.
I don't think you have 50%.
No, but he would be killed,
Oh, yeah.
and I like
yeah.
him, so let's keep him around.
Okay.
Hominids is one of my favorite books we've read, I think. I love it.
It was fun.
Yeah.
Confession: I didn't finish it, but only because I procrastinated starting it. It was good. I liked it. I should finish that.
So when you
The whole
said the
trilogy is
ideas were interesting, were you lying?
No, it was. I liked what I read. I just didn't finish the last like.
She was able to get some ideas.
I didn't finish like the last 20 pages. Like I just don't know how it culminated.
There's no lawyers in this book.
You know, honestly.
You have to prove your innocence rather than they have to prove your guilt.
That's how you know that it's not a good system. Listen, I don't know if I really believe that. Sometimes I just say things.
The characters are really hairy, and they have scratching posts built into their home.
Oh, I love their houses.
Like a bear, like goes against a tree.
I guess so. So, Amy, do you remember a Time Life book that was in your...
Yes. Oh, yes. It was called, I forgot what it was called, but they were investigating, they were anthropologists investigating USA. America had been buried under pamphlets, and they had to excavate it. And there was a hotel room. Maybe it was called Hotel of the Mysteries or something like that.
You didn't say the name.
I think it was Hotel of the Mysteries. Now I'm thinking. And they had to, so they had like a hotel room where there was a phone on a, credenza, but they thought it was an altar. Oh. And the cord was really important. I forgot about that. I love that book.
That's fun.
I need to go find that book.
It's a stationary hunter-gathering society, which is somewhat unbelievable, I guess.
I guess technically anybody with agriculture is a stationary hunter-gatherer
If the
society.
herds migrate to you, you can just stay in one place and be like, oh, now we have chickens.
Yep.
This season we get wild cows.
Stationary.
This is something now I remember why I took so many notes. There's a lot of discussion about menstruation.
Yeah. Moon.
He sniffs and then he goes, moon.
It's tides in your body.
Women
when we lose our moon, we'll have solar tides.
Yes.
Women live in the center of the city and the men live on the outside, and I guess they only meet for 4 days a month.
We probably were into that.
I know. I was like, that's fine. There was a thing where but the time you see them is like men see women is only like right after their periods, which I was like, am I confused about when?
No, usually it happens after.
I think it's because they don't get pregnant every time.
It happens like your most fertile time is like right after you ovulate, but before you have a period.
I looked it up. It's like 14 days before your period starts.
Yeah.
Which is like a couple days after your
Which is
ovulation.
like 14 days after your period starts too.
Yeah.
So they want to get it.
This does seem backwards. Like
also
a man
maybe they have a different schedule
That's
than
true.
we do.
I guess that's cool. I guess
Okay.
They can do whatever they want.
that's true.
So Haley, you found this book in the Ponce Library in the gay section.
I did. I remember that. In like 2015.
The gay section.
Because everyone's got a boyfriend and a girlfriend in their society.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
And they cohabitate with their same-sex partner. And then they copulate for procreation purposes, I guess. Hopefully some people are enjoying it recreationally. Yeah, your primary relationship is your same-sex relationship.
So there is a discussion of how people are. Do people only do good things because of consequences?
Oh, yeah.
So Haley thinks yes, but you think that individuals are good, but people as a whole are terrible.
I still believe that.
I think we got the capacity for both.
There's some bad people, too. That's just a fact.
Well, right, but I think that
There's lots of good people.
circumstances
There
matter.
sure are.
I think.
Yeah.
Some bad people.
So Haley says this book isn't great for discussion. It's more of a remember that this part.
That's true.
Remember when this happened?
That's how it was with, what did we read most recently?
Oh,
The Wanderer.
Oh, yeah.
I've already cut it from my mind.
That one was just like, and this part, and then that part. Not a lot of college thoughts necessarily.
Laura, you went camping? Absolutely not.
No, you did say about when you said something about when you went camping, and I was like, Lori went camping?
Did you? Is that when y'all went to that little tiny house in the
cabin.
woods?
Yeah. Glad.
Oh, I wouldn't have called that camping though.
Yeah, they had
You've never been camping?
Oh, of course I have as a kid and a little bit as a younger adult. What happened when I went camping?
I don't remember.
Was it when
I
I sat by myself at the fire and was scared in the woods?
I think that's.
I just wrote down Lori went camping.
That's the only time I remember going camping as an adult. My ex-husband and I went camping with some of his friends, and then they wanted to go look at something I can't remember, and I was like, well,
That sounds like camping.
I was reading my book, and I was like, somebody has to stay with the fire, so I'll just stay here and keep reading my book, not thinking that being alone in the dark woods would immediately terrify me. And they were like, okay. And then as soon as they were gone, I was like, ah!
Well, you did the right thing. You had the right impulse because everybody knows that the best part of camping is sitting around the fire drinking whiskey.
That's true.
Also, you can't just leave a big fire in the woods.
No,
Like that
you
was
shouldn't. You shouldn't do that.
a crazy thing to do. That's their fault.
Although Georgia's a wet place, probably wouldn't have been too bad.
So there's a discussion of how tampons in a zombie apocalypse would be like cigarettes in prison.
Yes.
Oh, there was a part. I think I even mentioned there's a part in The Last of Us where the girl is like pumped about finding tampons in like this looted store, and I was like, yes, that is exactly how we would all feel.
Because this is Amy. Now we all know it because that like comedian wrote that song about the
100 tampons.
Yes, but you were the only person who knew that story then. I mean, not in the world, but in the room.
I feel some sort of weird pride that I brought that to the table.
Haley used the word anorak,
a jacket. Yeah.
Oh, you said you'd tie an anorak around you kept an anorak in your
I was
locker.
like, who says that?
Anorak.
I was because that was it came in a bag and it hung from the hook in my locker and it was called a Gap anorak.
Is an anorak a brand name or is
No, it's like calling something a Henley or a sweatshirt. Like, but Gap had like walls of anoraks.
That feels very
100 anoraks.
That feels very LL
They
Bean for
said
some reason,
will
or Eddie
not
Bauer.
be enough.
Gap in 1997 was very cool. I think it was more.
Yeah, that's its heyday.
High quality,
for sure.
yeah.
That
Yeah,
reminds me of the time I called when I was like 13. I called someone
What's this?
a pompous buffoon, and I thought that was a sick burn. And everybody's like, "What the fuck are you talking about?"
Oh my God.
Is still trying to get up off the ground.
I should order this. This is the exact one I had. It was blue.
I would call that a raincoat.
I know, but
What differentiates an anorak from a raincoat? There's no front opening.
the label said anorak.
It's a cute poncho, fashion poncho.
It's got a pocket. It's got a pullover. It's got a zip. It's got a hood.
I love a
Again,
kangaroo pocket.
people would absolutely pay for this content.
That's true.
Okay, there's no concept of religion in this book because the Neanderthal brain isn't built to do that.
That's why there's no college thoughts. That feels like Neanderthal slander, but
Yeah.
Haley thinks people wouldn't be good without punishment, and so if the power goes out, guess we're looting.
I fear society in a lot of ways.
I mean, I think that's fair.
Let's see. There's a discussion of cat murder. There's time travel to Victorian era.
Oh. To say nothing of the dog.
Yes.
Oh, right.
I am currently reading Three
Cat
Men in a
murder.
Boat.
I remember cat murder.
And now I know the dog. His name is Montmorency.
Montmorency. Like the cherries.
Yes.
3 Men in a Boat?
Yeah, the Jerome K. Jerome novel.
That's like kind of based on. Right?
Yeah.
That's not in my brain.
They like pass by the 3 men in the boat when they're on the boat, I think.
Right.
Yeah.
And there's a little
okay.
reference to
Got
it. And I think the titular dog is the dog from 3 Men in a
And it's
Boat.
got
I
like
think.
Professor Alexander in the boat.
Part of me wants to reread To Say Nothing of the Dog, except I don't want to. But after I finish 3 Men in a Boat,
It's
I
very
wanna
Joe of
reread
you.
it. And I'm reading it because I want to read Sandra Bond's book that I got in Glasgow, 3 Men in Space, I believe is what it's called. And it's like a riff on it. And I've heard it's very funny. And she is very funny.
Cool.
So I wanted to read the original first.
So, this is when I learned that I don't actually know what Waterloo is.
That's the one where Napoleon lost.
Okay, I did know that.
To
I guess.
Nelson?
That sounds right. Not Willie.
Mm,
Nope.
His lesser known
Horatio.
brother. Yes.
was it? I think it was a land battle.
It was. Waterloo is a place.
Yeah. Nelson was
on
a
land.
sailor though.
Oh, you're
Oh,
right.
but wasn't Nelson then? Yeah.
Nelson was Trafalgar?
Yes.
Oh,
Kevin, cut this
okay.
out.
Yeah.
I'm embarrassed. Who did he lose to?
I don't know. I'm less,
Winston Churchill.
I'm less into army battles than naval battles.
Somebody who knows from Britain, let us know.
I bet.
It's also an ABBA song.
Lafayette.
Waterloo.
Everybody been peeking in their phones and no one wants
Emmanuel
to look
will
up
know.
I threw my phone over there because I kept dropping it.
Oh. Emmanuel will know. You're
Yeah,
right.
Emmanuel will know. Water.
Emmanuel, if you made it this far, thank you. And who defeated Napoleon?
I'm looking it up right now. Hold on.
Okay.
We're gonna do it. Commander Duke of Wellington.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I remember that
What's
now.
his name?
Duke.
Waterloo featured.
Arthur Wellesley, first Duke of Wellington. Nay, Wesley.
Waterloo was in.
Carol. Yes.
No, it was in. It was in the one that was basically poetry letters that we just read.
Oh,
Oh, Time Warner.
Time Warner.
Yes,
yeah.
yes,
Time
yes,
Warner,
yes. There was a Waterloo in there.
It's become, a
What's your Waterloo?
yeah. Exactly.
There's a bird stump in the basement,
A bird stump.
bird
which nobody
stump.
knows what.
Oh yeah, they're trying to find the bishop's bird
The
stump.
bishop's bird stump.
And everybody has a different idea of what a bird stump is. It's maybe made out of iron, maybe it's a vase.
They're
Wasn't
trying
it like
to
a
find
little
a
porcelain tchotchke.
Yeah.
And they're trying to find it because they can change history or something?
Yeah. So,
Or they just want to
wait.
know?
hang on.
She just wanted to do it perfectly. And there was a bird stump, right?
Do what perfectly?
Oh, there was the lady who was remaking the cathedral.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
she wanted
Right.
the
right.
bishop's bird stump was like the last thing that they needed to complete her historically accurate cathedral.
That's correct. I don't know how this plays into that, but there's a computer model that predicts how the future will be different if something changes in the past, which I think is maybe Waterloo is different in the book.
Oh, they find the bird stump in somebody's attic.
It's in the basement.
Basement. You just said that.
Someone had it all along or something.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Haley makes a Little Mermaid reference. Look at this stuff, isn't it? I also learned that the lead killer orca that's doing all the
Remember that?
was named Gladys.
Gladys, yes.
That was my grandma's name. I
We
probably
need
said
her.
that.
We need her.
According to Amy, this book is Back to the Future mixed with Doctor Who and The Simpsons.
It is very Simpson-y.
That makes it sound like more fun than it was.
The Simpsons.
Did y'all ever establish if currants are raisins?
No.
I don't think they
currants is
are.
a different fruit than
Because I
raisins.
looked up whether
One's
they
a
were
grape.
dangerous to dogs like
Raisins
raisins,
are
are,
grapes.
and they're not, I think. I feel like I said exactly this
I think
because they were feeding a currant bun to the dog.
Yeah.
so a raisin is by definition
a dried grape.
Dried
a
grape.
grape. It's not just a type of dried.
That's right.
And I think
Dried apricot isn't a raisin.
correct.
a currant is its own thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They just seem like raisins, but they're not.
We have currants here.
They're also dried, though.
You can
so,
buy them here.
So you can buy a fresh currant, looks like
Yeah.
a grape. They're very similar.
They're a lot smaller, though.
Yeah. Oh, for
So
sure.
same idea, different fruit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, the
Wikipedia.
discussion was because they bought a currant bun for the dog.
Yeah. And I was like, oh no, is it poisonous like a raisin? And I think the answer is no.
I think it also depends on the size of the dog. Like one raisin won't kill a Great Dane.
Man, Ella one time ate 7 raisins and all hell broke loose at the vet. And they still are like, well, she ate those raisins. She could be in kidney failure. It was like 7 years ago or something.
When I
She
had a
ate
dog-
7 yogurt covered raisins.
I had no idea about this when I had a dog, and I used to do that thing where you throw them up and let them catch them in
Yeah.
the air. She ate so many raisins. I mean, no, they were grapes, and they were full on grapes.
I wonder what's in a grape that kills a dog and not a human. It's so funny.
Well, maybe it's the same reason we can go to some countries and not be able to drink the water. It's just something in your gut, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Some
that doesn't
mushrooms
seem
are-
right.
Yeah.
Pizza topping and some mushrooms
Yeah.
are murder.
Yeah.
Fun thing, if your dog ever eats grapes, you can feed them hydrogen peroxide with tuna juice.
Yeah.
Oh, you've done that with bread.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Teddy ate Ella ate a bunch of chocolate. I think it was Ella that ate the chocolate.
No, I remember you taking Teddy out to the front yard.
Yeah, I remember that. And it didn't work. He never threw up. Teddy was like, give me some more of that peroxide bread. But Ella one time I left a bag of dark chocolate chips on the table, and that was like worrisome. So she ate like a pound of dark chocolate, and we gave her peroxide, and she basically just threw up chocolate. Like it just looked like a pile of chocolate on the floor. Like,
10 speed.
you know, in a pinch, you could just rinse it off.
Yeah.
All right. So I think cats are extinct in this book,
Oh.
and there's no boob talk.
That checks out.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Kinda
Oh,
was, yeah.
yeah, because did they sneak a cat back or something?
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Although, if you just take one cat back, it's not going to reproduce.
Oh, cats are extinct in that book, and then in her short story, Winnebago's, dogs are extinct. Why is she always making house pets extinct?
Maybe
because she likes them a lot, and that's a very
Yeah,
big change.
That's true.
Also, Connie is big on I think intentionally stirring your emotions. So she's got
like
a no
Steven
dogs
Spielberg.
book and a no cats book.
My bell. What did she say?
Oh, she would have her bell. Agnes.
Oh, I was singing the thing from The Changeling, like, my medal, for people that have seen that scary movie. It's good.
So
We
this
should probably do one more. Pick your favorite one.
Okay. Oh, well, this is not my favorite one. This is actually my least favorite one.
Well, you should pick the one that you want to close with.
So, like I said, if I had read these books, this would be my least favorite book.
All right.
Oh, interesting.
Bold.
Oh, is it the Wind Up Girl?
No.
Oh. If you actually read all of them, that would be your least favorite book. I promise.
What's it about?
Oh. Well,
Colonialism.
it's about environmental disaster, which is an interesting idea, but it also has this wind-up girl in it who gets
They're really horrific.
assaulted.
Sexual assaults.
Yeah.
In it. Like, just horrific.
Superfluous.
Adding nothing to the plot. And the author is on record as saying, my wife told me I shouldn't have that in the book. If your wife told you
maybe
you
that's
shouldn't
the
have
one I
something
skipped.
in the book.
I think I did do that one actually. So maybe that's the reason I skipped that one.
Yeah, if fellas, if your wife is like, this rape should not be in your book, you should just defer.
Yeah.
Let's just listen. Come up with something else.
Okay, so this might make it too easy, but it's funny.
Okay.
Somebody gets a new pancreas so he can do drugs again.
Oh, Neuromancer.
Yeah.
I remember that one.
Good for him.
And apparently this is the one where I learned what the source of Jump the Shark is.
Yeah.
So yeah, Space Rastafarians. And Molly is not a drug.
It
in
is a
this-
drug. Oh, in this
No,
is
Molly,
not?
Molly Millions is the
Oh,
the hot
yeah.
lady.
That's right.
So it was a little ways in before I figured out that Molly was a character.
You know they're coming out with a TV show.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
For real?
I think Lee Pace is in it or something.
Ooh.
Maybe I made that up.
I didn't write who said this, but somebody said, I think it might have been Haley. The main character has the emotional vocabulary of a bran flake.
I don't remember that.
Same.
Guys, we're funny.
Amy, did you think this book was well written? Lori, no. I was very confused a lot of the time. We were just
Wait, you or us?
me too. Lori was I wrote it down somewhere, but I believe Haley described it as like when you try to tell your friend about a dream.
And then you were there, but your face was my grandma's
I
face.
did that literally the other day, and my friends were like, "What are you talking about?"
Haley, you said that about The Wanderer.
It happens a lot in sci-fi.
When you're trying, after Amy tried to do the plot summary, and you're like, yeah, this is just like someone telling you about a dream.
To be fair, my plot recap wasn't great in that one.
Well, the plot wasn't great.
We were just in a hotel a minute ago, and now there is artificial gravity.
Oh, is that when they were on the ship with the Rastafarians?
Yeah.
I wonder if that's where they were.
I was like, it sounds a little like Fear and Loathing.
Yeah,
like-
It's got they're cousins. They're kissing cousins.
Well, and the first line of the book is something like, the sky is the color of a staticky TV. And
Yeah.
And the whole memory of that book in my head is static.
That was one of the lines I liked from that.
Yeah,
That
no,
was
that's
a good
that's
opening.
great. Like,
it was a good opening.
He does paint a good Blade Runner-esque cyberpunk world.
Yeah,
which
for
is
sure.
cool.
For sure.
Plot-wise, though. ugh.
Woof.
Amy said it has unintentional opacity.
Opacity?
Opacity, because he didn't know how to flesh out a character and he didn't know how to flesh out a plot.
You gotta have at least one of the two.
Yeah.
Man, that is scathing.
The funny thing is, though, I think you like Neuromancer, though.
Yeah, I like the vibes.
You read it twice, apparently.
You had to.
Yeah.
And you got
You had
your
to go back.
cyberpunk- Remember you got your cyberpunk glasses?
Oh, yeah, that was fun.
You were costumed for that episode.
I do like cyberpunk as a genre, and it's a very fun video game, and it's a good vibe, but the book is confusing.
We
and
just had
not
some
great.
weak points.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it is like the progenitor of the genre.
Yeah.
kind of,
Yeah.
so.
Yeah.
Haley can't read Faulkner without the internet. And Amy says, is Faulkner good or just opaque?
Or does he good, or does he just write tall sentences?
I know. Is she good or she's just tall?
Cowboys are hackers.
Oh, yeah, Console Cowboy.
Yeah. Oh, that was good. Yeah, I mean, there's some cool little bits.
There is.
Yeah.
There is.
Oh, well, then I guess that was the one I skipped but lost the first page or something. But it sounds like you got it right, so.
Yay. Guys, we did it. Because of Lori, we're
Yeah, Lori killed this
100%.
this quiz show.
Oh. You guys knew him, too.
no.
Oh.
I would have gotten there eventually. But
I would have had to wait about halfway through the clues.
Yeah, you were like 6 words. This one.
She's like, I like this
I can
book.
name
Oh,
that
Wind Up
too.
Girl. Yay.
Good
Thanks,
show.
Anne.
Thanks for having
Anne,
me.
Thanks for coming. We'll see you again next year.
All right.
And
For our
maybe sometime
annual
before
review.
that. For our third
Annual review.
annual quiz show.
It's been real.
It has.
Anything else?
No, I guess bye.
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 Hugo girl. Hugo girl. Hugo girl. A hilarious podcast. Speaking of, I saw The Substance.
Oof.
And
Gross.
if you watch that thing without the picture, it is a wild ASMR
Without
ride.
the picture.
Like if you were just
You're
to listen
listening
to it.
Oh, it's like the squelching and this.
Oh,
It's
what
a
a
wild
funny observation. I would never think to watch a movie without.
Well, I don't know that I would either, but like listening to the way
the
the
sounds are
sound
gross,
is in the movie, it's like, oh, they did this on purpose.
There's a lot of body horror.
And it's not
Yeah,
just
I've
the
seen it.
squelchy body stuff. It's also just like when she was cooking and when she was.
Yeah, that's
The
true.
cooking
The cooking,
scenes
the
are
eating.
nuts.
The shrimp, Dennis Quaid and the shrimp. Ugh.
Oh, it was so bad.
I hope that Demi Moore wins an Oscar as well as her.
I do too. She was great in that movie.